Usually when I do these live things, I go. Usually when I do these live things, I go. I have a sort of premise, or I actually feel, yeah, I need to get this out. There's something here. There's something here I need to get out. Ken, sanity. But today there's nothing, right? But that's not really a bad thing because to quote Alex Hardy, he goes, it's kind of good, right, to just like represent the way you feel right now. I mean, income. Do I look shy? Do I look shy here? Went from the stream of consciousness. Everything I say is brilliant. All right, everything I say is brilliant. Okay, because I decided is because I like the things I say. I like the things I feel. I like the things I say. Because it's what's inside man. Some people see what I mean. I'm not even rehearsing this. I'm not even got any intention of this. I'm just going, this is how I feel, You know what I mean? Yeah. And what it is, yeah. You think I'm on a number of levels, right? You think I give a fuck about like baring my soul? How many times have I bared my soul? 2026 wasn't going to be the year of explaining myself, but I'm just like Liam Gallagher to the Brits. I'm just going to keep fucking talking all night here until someone throws me off this stage. A ginger-haired geezer cannot, that's not the accent, is it? But you can, I mean, like, I don't give a fuck, that's what I mean. See, some people are too scared about being, they've got the wrong, see what I mean? I'm not even trying with this, and this is good, right? Some people have got the wrong priorities in life. You know why? Because they've misplaced their energies into a load of fucking bullshit. How I'm seen. They're a bit fucked up, okay? Whereas me, it all comes from what I choose to do an external in this life. Whether it's how I work, how I conduct myself, how I speak, how I interact with people. Just whatever, anything in life. It all comes from, I ken it's all good shit because I ken that I've got a good heart, Steve Lukather, I was in an interview with a guitarist at a Toto, and he's talking about, how much of this was Philosophy, Death. That was a good album. Mind when I got that cassette, Fraser, that was good. That was another album that changed my life. Certain people, I'm not going to say who, but mind when you get, back in the day, that album fucking helped me out there, Get what I mean, like, yeah. So, you know what I mean, yeah. That's it. Put in your comments below, what's your favourite album? Or one of the top 10, that's what we used to do, Ken. With the kind of honeymoon of the Facebook period, people got excited about, what's your favourite albums? But as we move on in life, see, I'm like the fine wine, and some people have let themselves go, okay? So it's up to me to teach, like I said before, be the bigger person, do the work for everyone. So I'll do that, that's cool. Because I'm going win in multiple areas, and I'm winning right now, because I'm speaking with a new degree of authority, I think you can tell, because... can't I mean, like some people have got their priorities wrong. They're lost in petty mindedness, petty little quibbles. I think we need to be thinking bigger, do we not? And I'm not going to be scapegoated because that's the story of my life, invariably, mostly. That's why I value the people on my Facebook, because for anyone that still follows me, they know that, yeah, I get where Dave's coming from with that. I get, because probably years have gone through. So if any of this shit at all, ever, I'm not saying all my live things are fucking off the chart brilliant. I'm not that deluded. I'm just saying, can't be scared to just go, look, don't be scared about being precious about anything in this life. Just get it out. You're coming from a good place. Your heart's in the right place. You're for people. I'm for people because I'm for myself, right? So you kind of care about like rough around the edges, scrappy, a bit of tear, the paper's torn there a little bit, and you don't worry about that. Just keep going, and I'm not saying you shouldn't take care of things, but you know what I'm saying. If you are for 2026, one of the things I could say on this day is, right, talk about loads of stuff, right? I was watching one of these YouTubers, and again, like I've said before, it's sad in a sense that you've got to like look at YouTubers from the other side of the world to find your clan, to find your tribe, to help make you feel like you're connected to something, connected to the right people. But there's not a lot of people in this town that I can feel connected to. So if you want to fly with eagles, don't hang around with turkeys. Well, some of yous, like, not all of yous are quality in your own way. If you still follow me, you're quality. If you didn't follow me, maybe you're no quality. See, I learned that flawless logic at university. If you didn't follow me, you're obviously no quality, because I can, I'm quality. So if folk actually watch these, and again, it's probably a good thing that there's no, it doesn't show views on the lives, because then you'd be connected. Again, that ties into my point, doesn't it, about people's priorities. Like, some folk on YouTube, some people in their Instagrams, they might be, are usually, what's your priority? Is your priority to get out that thing that's inside you that wants to get out? The world according to you, doing your thing, right? And then giving it out? Or is your priority like watching what people think? I care what people think. Oh, so I better change to keep them happy. Nah, the stability and the solidity of what we're doing is more important, because that's the thing that's gonna, matter in the end. Man must have a purpose. A purpose. I'm focused on my own lane. I'm not concerned about periphery nonsense. I think that's my point. That's what I was going to say about some of these YouTubers. What they were saying is, don't let someone else's misperception of you define your reality. Yeah, I know who I am. I know where I'm coming from. And it's sad that you feel like, as I say, to quote the Katy Perry thing, where you feel like your voice has to shake, confront looking evil in the eye. Other people have got the evil eye. You've still got to be. I'm not going to be pulled into other folks' shite. I think there's a standard, isn't there? There's a standard. This is what I'm saying. This is where I'm coming from. You're down there. It's your job to level up to me. I'm not going to be watering myself down and fucking up, compromising my values for other people. That not everyone's like I said before. It's talking about the whole good and evil thing, and blah blah blah, whatever. Right? Some people may be. I think they want to do the right thing. It's just that they get lost. They get pulled into other folks' bullshit. And look at the whole system. A lot of people that are in control, the bosses, managers, the scum rises to the top, doesn't it? It's all the dickheads in control. And we are in the system, so we have to some extent, it's a fucked up system. It's largely, overwhelmingly. And so we have to, isn't it sad? Here's another thing. Isn't it sad that you feel like in life, you do nothing but you're brought up with certain values, about like the value of hard work, integrity, character, just living your life, right? And isn't it sad that you've got to like almost not change yourself at the core, but you've got to change who you are. Other being around cunts, and you've got to fight cuntiness, and you've got to not become a bad person, but you've got to just like say in a court, in a legal situation or something, you're forced in a position to have to explain yourself, to have to be your own advocate, and have to go around the houses to express something that shouldn't need to have been expressed in the first place if the other parties had done the right thing in the fucking first place. I've been disappointed multiple times in my life when I've done come for a good place, and I go, why does no one else get this? Where you have a sense of pride in yourself as a person, so that human relations, mutual beneficial, mutual reciprocity, where you You're good to me, I'm good to you. And some people have got lost in bullshit. And then they want to pull you into their bullshit. Lost in chaos, lost in negativity, lost in acting in a way that is not the way you should be acting. And then other people, you get pulled into that, or you fight it, or you know. I'm just being myself. I'm going about my life in the right way. And that's why it's going to be so sweet. It's going to be so sweet when I come out of the other side of this thing. It's a foregone conclusion. It's a foregone conclusion. It's a funny old game, that's all I'll say. It's quite cryptic, right? It's a funny old life, it's a funny old game. Back in the day, like Manic Street Preachers, remember that? One of their concerts, and the concert, it was like a VHS tape of one of their live concert videos, right, that they'd released. And you know, on the screen, you know, they have all the visuals and everything to augment the performance, and on the screen it said, it started off the pure. It's kind of like what Christina Aguilera does at her show. You have the concert, but you have before it, you have bare your soul. Yeah. Madonna, express yourself. Yeah. People stuck in the box that didn't kind of how to express themselves. I've got kind of twisted, and where's the people that are actually express yourself if you've got something cool to say, if you're coming from a good place. With this Manic Street Preachers thing, same thing. It was like the screen before the show was like the pure motive. Manic Street Preachers, they're preaching, they're saying this is what life's about. Do right, do the pure motive. Didn't go into a relationship looking to use somebody. You know, didn't go into a relationship going, what can I get out of this? How about we start go into a situation, whether it's a relationship in your personal life or a relationship in business life or just work. Why don't we go into the relationship with a pure motive? What can I give? What can I serve? What can I contribute of the best of myself? And how about you do the same back? Is that so difficult? Nah, but I'll finish with this. We shall know them by their fruits. It all comes out in the end. Karma, whichever way you want to look at it. Karma, the consequences of what you're putting out into this life come back at you. Yeah, hello. So if you've spent decades of trying to pull the wool under folks' eyes, pull the wool over people's eyes, or you're trying to spend loads of years trying to fuck people over, exploit, no. Is that going to come back to bite you? And that's when lawyers come in, isn't it? But of course I went for a job interview once at a lawyer's office, and the guy actually came out of it immediately. One of these local firms, it was when I was struggling on the dole. Job seeker. That was another one, isn't it? How I went through that. 13 weeks sanction for not dotting my I's and crossing my T's. I've been through this whole system. I've been through this whole dehumanizing system, you know. It's not like I'm like some privileged person sitting here. I'm a person that's been through all the hard knocks of life, so I can what's all about how the system is there to fuck with you. The system doesn't want you to succeed. No, but what was I saying about that? I forget the train of thought, but about how you know you can be you're putting good. Is that not what you're supposed to do? You know, you put positive, good energy into what you're doing. Try to build something. You were just basically like little squirrels picking up nuts, or is that what we're doing? Going round and storing up the nuts for the winter, you know. Well, some people want to hoard, exploit off other people, and then so they can be like a bad what do you call it? The guy at the casino that goes, I get all the chips, I win, the game is rigged. That's what some people operate like that, and they don't actually think that people are wise enough to see through that. So yeah, I'm going to win in the end. That's all I like to say. Have a glorious day. I've just fixed a puncture. That was a bit of a hassle there, you know, because I'm a grafter. I work hard. I've put nothing but positive energy into, you know, so I don't think I'll be the one that ends up fucked. You know. Hashtag Dickensian Britain. There you go. Hashtag job seeker, Sleaford Mods, Ian Duncan Smith, Dickensian Britain, the manager of Sports Direct, exploitation. Nah, I think we should be moving into more egalitarian, fair society where people are held accountable for their actions, you know. That's all I'll say. I've worked hard in this life. I've worked hard to build my life, and I'm not going to have somebody try and fuck me over. That's all I'll say. Put in your comments below. Have you ever had somebody try and fuck you over where you've gone? Put in your comments below. Tell me how you didn't go into the ramifications and the details of the thing, but just say at the end of it, how did you celebrate? That's what I'm looking forward to. We're gonna celebrate. Oh yeah, alright, don't stop the day. I'm celebrating my life every fucking day. I celebrate my life by going live here before I go to work. Have a wee fucking drink and sit here. Yeah, in the dog park. Celebrate my life every day. Nobody else wants to. Some other folk do, but anybody, I'll just finish with this. Anybody that wants to have bad intentions and bad will and against me, good luck. You picked the wrong opponent. Okay, right.